something for I done. You know, it's the Lord that's putting the spirit. So even with our adversaries, it's the Lord that rises up your adversaries against you. This is all about being spiritual. You could get mad. Someone may shout at you. We're on the highways in Zimbabwe. Someone may shout at you. Someone may chuck something out the window. Well, that's Yahweh that had them do that. You could say it was Satan. It's the Lord that. That's why we don't really bug out about these things. Vengeance, for it is written, vengeance is mine. Vengeance is Yahweh. It's not ours. It's not for us to take matters into our own hands. Like the Zealots, the Zealots were mostly a carnal group. The Zealots were a carnal group. Okay, the Sicaries. These were a carnal group of men that wanted to bring what? Arms. That wanted to take down the Roman Empire. When Yahweh says, wait ye upon me. I will repay, saith the Lord. And that's another thing. We're not a part of no black militia group. We're not a part of, what's it, the NFAC. You even got carnal men that would be in talks with them. What are you playing at? We're not a part of none of these military groups. Okay? Well, we're not a part of none of these military groups. We're not a part of no black military organizations wearing army fatigues. Okay? These are just men that are set up so when to do some rubbish, so when Esau comes down, they could what? Blame it upon us. We know what's going on. Okay? Wherefore, if that enemy hunger, feed him. And was not that what King David was doing with Saul? And if he first give him drink, for in so doing thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head. Be not overcome of evil. See, because that's a trick of those that are evil. They want you to become like them. That's why when you see carnal people, they want you to act out. So they can say, see? They want you to act out. They want you to act like them. I've witnessed this. You may be at camp. A guy is trying to draw you out. A guy keeps standing in front of you, you know, trying to do things to draw you into his world. And you just ignore him. That's why some of my videos at camp, you just see me looking away. Just because certain individuals, they're not worthy for this truth. Okay? They don't, I'm not going to say that. They don't show themselves worthy. I'm not going to say they're not worthy. They don't show themselves to be worthy for the truth. The scripture says you ignore a foolish man, you ignore him. Someone that ain't really about the truth, you ignore him. A scoffer, you ignore him. Okay? You ignore someone that just wants attention, that's trying to draw you out, you ignore them. The scriptures, resist the devil and he shall flee. So you ignore them. You don't got to entertain him. He wants to draw you into his carnal world because he's carnal. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. A lot of these men, they don't even believe in the scriptures. They get offended at what? Deuteronomy 22? Okay. So-called rape doctrine. They get offended. That means you don't believe in the scriptures. Eat the whole roll. They get offended. They feel a particular way. Oh, I've seen men on camp videos. Oh, that's chauvinist. That's being a chauvinist. The fuck out of here. Weak. Okay. Haven't really grown men saying that. Oh, there's more women than men. That's unfair. You know, that's like bro, grow up. Grow up. These are men that have not grown. But be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. And that's the best thing to do. Because when you're overcoming evil with good, now that person that's doing all this evil to you, he's going to have a pattern of being evil towards you. You're going to have a pattern of what? Doing good. And people are going to even see that. Hold on a minute. This guy, he's just minding his business. He's just teaching the words. What's this guy's problem? You see why the truth is so important. You see why it's good. You see why it's good to try and to be good. To focus on Yahweh Shai, because people will see that. Hold on a minute. Why is this guy talking madness about him and he's just getting on with the work? The scriptures says rebuke, reprove, and exhort. That's different. But I'm talking about you have your eyes upon this individual. You giving him malicious words. You trying to cast him down from his excellency. People see that. Hold on a minute. This guy, he's just getting on with the work. He's not he's not getting caught up in that rubbish. So people will see that as well. So we're gonna shut off on this Baba Kashat. Let's go to scriptures. Talk about not trying to set up any stumbling blocks. If a man's gonna stumble, he's gonna stumble at the word of Yahweh Shai. But setting up stumbling blocks, that's wicked, Naras. Excuse me, that's wicked. You're setting up stumbling blocks. What happened to you? Huh? What happened to you? Setting up stumbling blocks for your brother. And the scriptures talk about it. You're gonna fall in it. You set a pit, you're gonna fall in your own pit. You understand what I'm saying? Bear me just a minute. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The last bit where sure when we're gonna shut off soon. Where is it? I lost the page. But anyways, at the end of it, what happened? King David, he was at what? In that tent. So like in his stronghold, in that garrison, just a minute, and he found Saul. Bear me just a minute, see if I can find it. Alright, I think this is it here. This is first Samuel 23. And let's go to this is verse 21. And Saul said, "Blessed be ye of the Lord Jehovah Shai, for he hath compassion on me." Oh, no. Verse 23. Here we go. And Saul called all the people together to war to go down to Keilah to besiege David and his men. Okay. So King David, he wanted war. Okay. And David knew that Saul secretly practiced mischief against him. See? Baby, just a minute. David knew. So, do you think the men of Lord don't know when men have been trying to plot against you for years? Not even months, for years. The men of Lord know. So David knew. He could foresee. Okay. And practice mischief against him. And he said to Abiathar the priest, "Bring hither the ephod." Then said David, "O Lord, power of Israel, thy servant have certainly heard that Saul seeketh to come to Keilah and to destroy the city for my sake. Would the men of Keilah deliver me up into his hand? Will Saul come down as a servant have heard?" Okay. "O Lord Yahushua, power of Israel, I beseech thee, tell thy servant." And the Lord Yahushua said, "The Lord, he will come down." Okay, what was he inquiring? Salakia, he was inquiring what? Of a prophet again, the priest, Salakia. "O Lord, power of Israel, I beseech thee, tell thy servant." And the Lord said, "He will come down." And said David, "Will the men of Keilah deliver me and my men into the hand of Saul? And the Lord, the prophets, they will deliver thee up." Then David and his men, which were about 600, arose and departed of Keilah, and went whithersoever they could go. And it was told Saul that David was escaped from Keilah, and he forbade to go forth. And David abode in the wilderness, in the strongholds. Okay. So that's where he was. Okay. In the wilderness. Okay. In the strongholds. Okay. Set up camp there. Bear me just a minute. And remained in the mountain of the wilderness of Ziph. And Saul sought him every day. Every single day Saul was looking for him. Okay. You got men doing that. Oh, let's drive into this town. Let's drive into that town. Bro, that's the spirit of Saul, man. Discontent. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit of Saul. Okay, without rest. Okay. Bear me just a minute. To seek his life. But the Most High delivered not him into his hand. And David saw that Saul was come out to seek his life. And David was in the wilderness of the Ziph in a wood. And Jonathan, Saul's son, arose, went to David into the wood, and strengthened his hand in the Most High. And he said unto him, "Fear not, for the hand of Saul my father shall not find thee. Thou shalt be king over Israel, and thou shalt be next unto thee, and thou also, Saul my father, knoweth." And the two made a covenant before the Lord, and David abode in the wood, and Jonathan went to his house. Excuse me. Then came up the Ziphites to Saul to Gibeah, saying, doth not David hide himself? And the Ziphites were his servants, okay, in the strongholds in the wood in the hill of Hiklah, which is on the south of Jishamon. Now therefore, O king, come down according to the desire of thy soul to come down. Our part shall be to deliver him in the king's hand. So Saul also had other men that were what? On a lookout for what? David. And Saul said, blessed be ye of the Lord, for ye have compassion on me. Go, I pray ye, prepare yet, and now see his place where his haunt is, where he's dwelling, and who have seen him there, for it is told that he dealeth very subtly. So this would show you, you even got men in these times, they would actually come to your area. Bro, don't put it past wicked men. See, if you have an evil spirit, you're gonna do stupid, silly things. There's a hornet there. Woo, that's spiritual. There's a hornet right there. Okay, so don't pull it past no one. Okay, it's very, very rare you see hornets as well. Okay, don't pull it past anyone. Okay, probably drive to your town, wait up for you outside of your house. That's the spirit of Saul. By any means necessary. Oh, that's the spirit of Saul. Baby, just a minute. Where was I? And dealeth subtly. See therefore and take knowledge of all the lurking places where he hideth himself. So it said take knowledge. So Saul wanted to know knowledge of every single place he went, everywhere he dwelt. And come ye again to me the certainty, and I will go with you, and he shall come to pass, if he be in the land, that I will search him out through all the thousands of Judah. And they arose and went to Ziph before Saul, but David and his men were in the wilderness of Ma'an, in the plain of the south of Jeshimon. So they were in a complete opposite place. Saul also and his men went to seek him, and he told David wherefore he came down into a rock and abode in the wilderness of Ma'an. And when Saul heard that, he pursued after David in the wilderness of Ma'an, and Saul went on this side of the mountain, and David his men on that side of the mountain. So they're on complete opposite sides. Okay. Just like you may be living in south, and you may have individuals from the east or the north trying to look for you, but you're on the opposite side. Okay. And David made haste to get away for fear of Saul. For Saul and his men compassed David and his men round about to take them. But there came a messenger unto Saul, saying, haste thee and come, for the Philistines have invaded the land. Wherefore Saul returned from the pursuing after David and went against the Philistines. So it was so bad. So even though there was still that war, we were still battling against the Philistines. But King Saul, his whole thing was what? Trying to what? Get David. Okay. And really I should have just went straight to the point. I thought that was it. We're going to shut off 1 Samuel 24. And let's go straight to it. And the men of David said unto him, behold, the day of which the Lord said unto thee, behold, I will deliver thy enemy into thy hands. Okay. Beautiful. I just see a hornet. Baby, just a minute. I will deliver thy enemy into thy hand, and thou mayest do unto him as it seemed good unto thee. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privily. He cut that robe off privily, secretly. War tactics. You creep up. He was up close and personal upon him. Okay. I've done that before. Someone didn't even know I was there, right behind you, up close and personal. Okay. Sneak up right behind. You know what I'm saying? And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him, because he had cut off Saul's skirt. Okay. So it says his heart smote him. He felt bad. Okay. And he said unto his men, the Lord Jehovah power that I should do this thing unto my master, and the Lord Jehovah is anointed to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord Jehovah. So it says it. Seeing this man was the anointed of Yahweh. Anointed. So King David still saw him as the Lord's king. Okay. So David stayed and who his servants with these words, and suffered them not to rise up against Saul, because they wanted to kill Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave and went his way. Okay. So if he rose up at the cave and went his way, let's go to it. David also arose afterwards. So David was in measure of him, watching him, and went out of the cave and cried after Saul, saying, my lord the king. And when Saul looked behind him, David stooped with his face to the earth and bowed himself, humility, And David said to Saul, wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, behold, David seeketh thy hurts. Behold, this day thy eyes have seen how the Lord Yahushua have delivered thee to the day into mine hand in the cave, and saying, bade me to kill thee. So some actually wanted me to kill you. But my eyes spared thee, and said, I will not put forth my hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed. Moreover, thy father, see the skirt of thy robe in my hand. For in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe, and kill thee not. So he showed it unto Saul. Know thou, and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in my hand. I have not sinned against thee. Yet thou huntest for my soul to take it. Okay, because why? He had an evil spirit upon him. Okay. The Lord shall judge between me and thee. And that's the spirit we want to have. Okay. And the Lord avengeth me of thee, but my hand shall not be upon thee. Okay, and how was his hand avenged upon Saul? Through the Philistines. Okay. As saith the proverb of the ancient, wickedness proceeded from the wicked, but my hand shall not be upon thee. After whom the king of Israel cometh out. After whom dost thou pursue after a dead dog, after a flea? The Lord shall therefore be judge, and judge me between me and thee. Okay. And see, and plead my cause, and deliver me out of thy hand. And it came to pass, when David had made an end, okay, of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept, right? And he said to David, thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil. That's why when we went to Romans, what was it? 16, I think it was 16 or 12. Okay. It's better to what? To overcome what? Not evil with evil, but good with evil. Okay. And for as much as when the Lord Yahushua had delivered me into thy hands, thou killest me not. For if a man find his enemy, will he let him go well away? Wherefore the Lord Yahushua reward thee good for that thou hast done unto me this day. And now behold, I know well that thou surely shalt be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall be established into thy hands.